Happy Friday, everybody. I cannot believe that it is less than 2 weeks until Thanksgiving. And you know what? It has been a flipping hot minute since you and I have made cookies or baked. So why not do it now? If you follow the Minimalist Baker, she's one of my favorites. This is actually her pumpkin snickerdoodle recipe. It's made in one bowl. It's super easy. You'll be eating these in 30 minutes. These cookies are light and fluffy and tender. But I will have to say that the term snickerdoodle I think is a little bit misleading because to me, snickerdoodles have that tang and a little chewiness. These don't have the tang and these are a little fluffier. So I'm gonna make a couple adjustments to the recipe and use cream of tartar instead of baking soda. I have not done it yet, so we will do it today and I'm gonna tell you how it turns out. If it sucks and they don't taste good, then just follow her recipe and I'll put that underneath the video description. Come on back and let's start the cookies.
Last year I thought about...
First, I have preheated my oven to 350 degrees and I have lined a baking sheet with parchment paper. I have one large mixing bowl, it's all you're gonna need. To the bowl, I'm going to add half a cup of vegan butter. I like and use Earth Balance vegan butter. You will never know that these are vegan and gluten-free. Never. To this, I'm going to add 3/4 a cup of coconut sugar. You know that I usually don't eat sugar. Well, okay, I eat a very, very low sugar diet. So you can use coconut sugar, which is supposed to be a little bit better for you than regular sugar because it's not so quick to spike your blood sugar. Or you can use what I normally would use, which is erythritol. It's a sugar substitute that doesn't spike your blood sugar. Either way, they'll still be delicious. To this, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. You wanna use a really high quality vanilla because you'll taste it. Oh my God, you guys, this is really expensive, but I am telling you, when you're baking, you need a good quality vanilla. It's Nielsen Massey pure vanilla extract. It's just ridiculously good. I put the dogs outside so that they didn't make noise. And now I'm going to whip it until it's fluffy and pale yellow. You want to make sure that it's fluffy and pale yellow because that's what's going to make the cookies so nice and fluffy. So be patient. And I'm talking more to myself than you. The butter is creamed, and to this, I'm going to add 2/3 a cup pureed pumpkin. Remember to use pureed pumpkin and not pie filling. The pie filling has a bunch of sugar and all that kind of crap, and you want the pure pumpkin puree. This is going to add, of course, not only the pumpkin flavor, but it's also going to keep the cookies nice and moist. I know, I used the M word. And I'm just going to give it another quick whir to combine everything. There we go. These will keep really well in the freezer for up to a month. You could double the recipe because you're gonna wanna eat them and then put the rest of them in the freezer so you just kind of have them on hand throughout the holidays. And now I'm just going to add the remaining 6 ingredients to this bowl. This is how easy they are. All right, I already pre-measured, you guys. Where is it? Oh, here it is. 3/4 a cup of gluten-free flour. Everybody in the pool. 1 1/3 cup almond flour. 1/3 a cup of cornstarch. The cornstarch helps to create a crumbly, tender, dessert-like product. Here's where the rubber hits the road. Her recipe calls for 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Is it soda? No, baking powder. Instead, I'm gonna use cream of tartar to give it that tang, and let's hope it turns out. Just a minute, let me grab it. I'm gonna add 1.5 teaspoons of cream of tartar. I haven't done this, I'm trying it with you. If it sucks, then just stick to her recipe. 1 teaspoon. I love to bake, but I don't do it a lot because I have a sweet tooth and I know I'll eat it. That's why it's so nice having my parents nearby. Anything that I make, I can take down to my parents and I know my dad will eat it. He's really funny. 1.5 teaspoons of cream of tartar. She uses 1.5 teaspoons of pumpkin spice, but I'm also going to mix this up a little bit. I instead am going to do 1 teaspoon of pumpkin spice and 1 of cinnamon. I like cinnamon a lot, and so I'm gonna try it and hope that it tastes good. I hope this turns out. My dad will like it anyway. There's 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. And now what we're gonna do is whip it up. I don't know what's up with this blender. I maybe shouldn't have worn this nice sweater. Let me show you. Oops, I'm a messy cook. Let me take a little bite. Cookie dough's the best. You know what? I think the cream of tartar is really gonna work well. I think I may be onto something. We used to bake cookies, my sister and I, with my mom, and she would give us each a beater. And we hated it when she would like wipe as much off as possible and then give it to us, and we're like, no! Okay, you guys, we're gonna be ballers, and we're gonna roll them up just like a snickerdoodle and place them on the parchment paper. I just have a bowl of a third cup of sugar, and then I just did a mixture of pumpkin pie spice and cinnamon. I used the melon baller to make the balls. It's way easier. If you don't, obviously no big deal, just use a spoon. And we're just gonna scoop, roll, and place them on the parchment sheet. Look how easy this is. Ow.
I can see them now.
And just roll them and place them on the parchment paper. We're gonna bake these for 18 to 20 minutes. You wanna let them cool for a good 10 minutes. Slow your roll, be very patient. You know I'm talking more to myself than to you. This melon baller works really well. And then the best part, we're gonna do a taste test and we're gonna see how this recipe turned out. Come on back. And now is the moment of truth. Let's see if my tweaks to her recipe worked. Let me taste it and see. No. Damn it. Shit. No, it's the cream of tartar. This is probably why she's the baker and I'm not. The cream of tartar, you guys, it tastes a little weird and it sort of made the cookies a little too tough, in my opinion. Yeah, I know, Logan. And I think it has a bit of a funny flavor. It's not awful, but you know what? You never know until you try. All right, y'all. I'll put her recipe down below. It's the Minimalist Baker. I love her. Happy holidays. And until a couple days from now, I'll see you later. Bye.
Spreading peace, love, and joy.